What is up, everyone? My name is Jack Saffel, back again with another video, and today I am here with my Monday Night Raw review for August the 8th, 2016, and I just want to preface this before I start the review. Let's just say, if you missed out on tonight's episode, you didn't miss out on anything spectacular. There were some interesting things going into SummerSlam, but most of all, this was a throwaway show. If you missed this, don't cry in the corner about it, you'll be fine. But I'm sure next week's episode, I think, will pick it up a lot more, hopefully, as it will be the go-home show to SummerSlam. But let's talk about this show right away. We open it up with Enzo and Cass, and they're pretty much doing their usual thing, telling how you're doing, and they were pretty much talking about, his match with Jericho last week, the mixed tag, and pretty much, making fun of Jericho and all that stuff. And that is until Jericho comes out, and so he pretty much tells them, you guys can stop making fun of me and all that, and asks Kevin Owens to join him on the stage, and that he has a lot of problems when they first came in, but now they're all good, because there was a little bit beforehand where there was a bit of tension between the two, but now they've kind of chilled out a little bit, and because they're Canadian and all that. And Cass said they paint a picture of themselves in the bath because they're just like Bert and Ernie and all that. And so Kevin Owens says to Cass, you know what? Out of all of the people in NXT, I used to really, really like you, Big Cass, because we were the exact same. Because you had someone else holding you back and all that. So obviously Kevin Owens referring to Sami Zayn, and Cass referring to Enzo, and all that stuff. And so he looks at him now, and all he hears is vomit, nonsensical garbage. Alright, so there's a bit of a throwdown between the two right afterwards, and then it's announced that it's going to be Enzo versus Chris Jericho later on. So they have their match, and it could be a lot better, honestly. But how this ended, Enzo went to throw Jericho back in the ring after he launched himself over the top. Owens grabs his leg while the referee got distracted. Jericho hits the code breaker, but then Cass runs in, hits Jericho with a big boot, and Jericho wins by disqualification, which is a bit weird. And so after that, Owens and Jericho pussy out while Cass and Enzo stay in the ring, and they offer him a challenge, the two of them, to a tag match at SummerSlam. They accept, and they call him soft. So yeah, I think the tag team match that they're going to have at SummerSlam will be very, very good, in my opinion. Enzo and Cass are pretty good wrestlers, but when you compare them to Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, there's a big difference, because Jericho is a world-class athlete, and Kevin Owens is one of the best on the roster. But I think these two teams will have a great show at SummerSlam, in my opinion, because the SummerSlam card has been very packed this year. So I think this will be another pretty decent, good match. And I wouldn't be surprised if this opens up the show, honestly. So moving on from that, we had Mick Foley backstage. She's talking to Stephanie on the phone. She's not there tonight, and he's going to invite Daniel Bryan to the show to settle some stuff between the whole Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton situation. And then Sasha Banks, the women's champion, walks into the backstage area, and she wants the SummerSlam match to be changed to a handicap match so she can keep an eye on Dana. And then Foley says, okay, I've got a match for you. You're going to face Dana Brooke later on tonight. If you beat her, she will be banned at ringside. But if Dana wins, it's going to be a handicap match. So Foley wishes her good luck, but then she says, I don't need it. I'm the boss. So after that segment, we get Braun Strowman taking on the greatest wrestler of all time, Jerry Nelson, or whatever the fuck his name is. And so, of course, I think it was Byron Saxton interviewed him. It's like, why are you facing Braun Strowman tonight? Doesn't say a word, greatest mic skills of all time. And he goes out there, and of course, just like every match, Braun Strowman just turns him into a pretzel and wins the match. So then after that, we get Mick Foley with P. Diddy, of course, everyone's favorite rapper, well, WWE's favorite rapper, besides Flo Rida, that is. And so Foley says, you know what, good job at the WWE 2K17 playlist and all that. And then right after that, New Day comes in and backstage, and they greet Combs and say, you want some bootios and all that, and thanks for the 2K17 soundtrack and all that. And so he asks how Biggie's nuts are doing after Gallows and Anderson's pretty much destroyed them last week, and they're actually doing pretty bad, and he was done wrong by Gallows and Anderson, and that they're going to beat him up later on tonight. So then we get Titus O'Neil versus Darren Young again. On last week's show, Titus O'Neil got a roll-up victory to get the win, I believe. And so right after that, Bob Backlund was upset at him cheating. So Titus O'Neil went to beat up Bob Backlund, but then Darren Young came in to save him. But with this match, it was really weird because Darren Young does the exact same thing to Titus. He rolls him up, but because Bob Backlund is like distracted or something, he can't see what's going on. So he rolls Titus up for the win, and that's how Darren Young wins that match. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not sure if Darren Young is turning heel. I think this is his revenge on Titus or whatever, but Titus is not really happy that he lost that way, kind of thinks of him as a bit of a hypocrite, but we could go to something very interesting in the future with Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. So then we get to a Seth Rollins promo, and this was very, very interesting. I really liked Seth Rollins' promo tonight, and he pretty much made fun of Finn Balor's name because of where it was based off, because Finn was named after an Irish warrior, and Balor was named after the Demon King, and so he says, I might as well call myself Rambo Apocalypse or something like that, which he should totally call himself, by the way, because that would be amazing. And how he was disrespected by Balor because he was ignorant and he was extremely arrogant, and that he will beat Balor and become the first ever Universal Champion at SummerSlam, and drops the mic. So that was a very cool promo by Seth Rollins, and I cannot wait for his match against Finn Balor. So then we get to Sheamus versus Cesaro again. This is a rematch from last week, where Cesaro beat Sheamus in that match, I'm pretty sure. And just like last week, I thought these two guys had really good chemistry with each other. It seems like anytime I see Sheamus and Cesaro have a match, they do really, really well. It reminds me, in 2014, they had a few matches with each other. There was one at Payback, and then they had a really good match at Night of Champions, also for the US title. And that was when Sheamus was being US champion and babyface at the time. But once again, uppercut cities for all, and Sheamus was being very smash mouth and all that. And they do this spot where like this referee gets in between them after Sheamus hits a couple of cheap shots. Sheamus and the ref is like arguing. It's like, Sheamus, can you stop the fighting and all that? Until Cesaro gets the roll-up for the win, and no 50-50 booking. I thought Sheamus was going to win because we all know WWE's obsession with 50-50 booking, but they ended up going with the normal suggestion of Cesaro ending up getting wins 2 times in a row, which I really, really like. I think it was really cool of them to actually go with a 2-win victory instead of having Sheamus win. So yeah, kudos to that. So right after that, we have a little promo kind of match hype up video package for Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. It was very, very well done. We all know WWE just kills their promo packages, which I honestly think they do it better than UFC. Also, fuck you, Conor McGregor, cunt. Sorry, back off there. So yeah, Orton was pretty much saying he kind of came off as a really genuine person and a good person in this because he's a babyface in this, and how he got called up alongside with Brock, and he saw him as this dominant athlete, but Brock Lesnar, because he's the heel and he's a prick, pretty much said, I have no relationship with Randy Orton, I don't give a damn about anyone and all that. And Orton says, references, Lesnar didn't really like people and he thought that was a bit messed up that he didn't and all that. So yeah, it was really cool little promo that these two guys had coming from their side of things, and of course they think they're going to beat one another, and although I'm pretty sure Lesnar's going to win, because how could he lose? How can he beat Mark Hunt in a real UFC fight, then lose to Orton in a pretend sports entertainment match? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who becomes the winner, and I cannot wait for that main event match. So right after that, we get the Dudley Boys taking on Neville and a surprise partner, which was Sin Cara. Yay! Yeah, not that impressive. Neville and Sin Cara win this match. I wouldn't say easily, but it was weird because Sin Cara was coming out. By the way, he's got like full black on. He was kind of looking like Black Panther, which was kind of cool. But he was still coming out to the Lucha Dragons music. He was still doing the Lucha Dragon pose. I think it was weird. Why didn't he go back to his singles theme song and do his own singles thing? Except he's still doing the Lucha stuff, which I don't really like. I hope he changes it up soon enough. So right after that, oh my god, we get to a celebration of love between Rusev and Lana. For those of you who do not know, like a week or sometime in the last week, Lana and Rusev got married in real life, had a big ceremony, and they're filming it for Total Divas, the shit reality show. And, there's a table, wedding cake, all the typical stuff you'd see in your WWE wedding, even though this wasn't a wedding. Lana was just fucking gorgeous, as always. And Rusev, he's got the vest on, he's just looking just like the man. And Rusev's getting upset. You should respect my wife and all that. Fans boo them. And he tells the Americans they are pathetic and all that. And they show them wedding photos and what it means to have true love, and that they're going to reenact their whole wedding in front of the fans because that's what they deserve to see. That is until
Big Top Dog
Roman Reigns. He had to come out. He had to come out. He had to cock that fist. He had to make it rain, bitch. I'm sorry. Even when Roman Reigns was actually tolerable tonight, I thought, but I just have to rip into Roman Reigns. I have to. It's become a thing on my channel to make fun of Roman Reigns because it's just fun to do. Don't be a bully, be a star, kids. So Roman Reigns is going out and he says, "You know what? I'm surprised you didn't have a best man. So let me make a toast to the newlyweds." And all that, and so Rusev is not having any of it, and he's because I think Roman made fun of Lana, saying she was more manlier than Rusev or whatever. I don't know. Rusev's not having any of it, beats the shit out of Roman Reigns, and then Roman turns around, pushes Rusev into Lana, and then of course, like every fucking time, there's a cake in a ring, someone has to go through it, and Lana was that person. She's got cake all over her face, and so she's pissed off. I like you, Roman! Like all that, and Roman Reigns is like, yeah, I just pushed you in. So he leaves, and it was something. I didn't think it was. I thought Rusev was good in this, and I don't know, it was a tolerable segment, but it wasn't, groundbreaking or anything. Then we get to Dana Brooke versus Sasha Banks. Nothing extremely special. This was just a very, very short match, honestly, and so Sasha ends up winning with the double knees in the corner to get the win. So we find out Dana Brooke will be banned from ringside at SummerSlam. It's just going to be Sasha and Charlotte 1-on-1 for the women's title. Cool with me. So, and also before that, right after the Rusev Lana Reigns segment, Mick Foley announced that it will be Roman Reigns versus Rusev for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. Sweet. Then after that, we get a little Finn Balor promo, and he's not out in the ring. He's actually in this lair or whatever, and it's really misty, and he's sitting on a throne or whatever. Talks about the origins of his name, of course. Balor meaning Demon King, and Finn relating to, I think, some warrior from Ireland. And he says that the demon is going to be unleashed at SummerSlam, which should be awesome. I think he should have some sick face paint when he faces Seth Rollins, because I don't think a lot of people are really sold. The people who don't watch NXT are sold on Finn Balor, but after they see the demon, they're going to be hooked on him straight away. So we get, after that Finn Balor segment, we get Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson just in doctor coats or whatever. It was really weird. They call themselves doctors, and they cut this promo on Big E because he has ring postitis, and they pretty much show the clip of them pretty much dragging Big E's nuts into the ring post just a bunch of time, and they get these two little eggs or ball things in a jar, and it's really, really weird. And that they're going to collect another sample tonight of the New Day, and so they go out, and it's Luke Gallows taking on Kofi Kingston in a standard match. Luke Gallows ended up winning, and they were going to do the same thing to Kofi. They put both of their legs, they opened up his legs, and I'm going to drag him into the ring post. That was until Xavier Woods, he got the chair, and he went to smash it on Gallows and Anderson, and they pretty much fleed. So, is this the whole gimmick going into the match? You know, Gallows and Anderson like to destroy people's nutsacks? That's some heel shit right there. As a man, it really hurts downstairs. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. I think the New Day Gallows and Anderson match for the tag titles would be fantastic. And I think Gallows and Anderson might actually end up winning with some underhanded tactics. We'll just have to see. Then we get to Jesus fucking Christ. The Golden Truth. The Golden fucking Truth. So, they had to do some sort of thing. For those of you who don't know, there is a DVD Blu-ray out called Scooby-Doo and WWE Curse of the Speed Demon. If you haven't seen it, please don't go out of your way to see it. It's probably shit. But, of course, Goldust is trying to find R-Truth because he's thinking, oh, he's probably searching for Pokemon or whatever. And then he finds fucking Scooby-Doo on the Mystery Machine. Oh my god. So cringy. And then, like, R-Truth just gets out of the the Mystery Machine, and he says, you know, we should all watch the Scooby-Doo movie, eat some Scooby snacks. It's stupid, terrible. Scooby-Doo, die, okay? Your new show that's out right now, Be Cool Scooby-Doo, was shit. I like the original from the 1960s or the 1970s, whatever. I didn't mind watching Scooby-Doo. That was a pretty decent show, and Mystery Incorporated I didn't mind. The rest of the shows are fucking terrible. So, yeah, just die, Scooby-Doo. Just die, please. So then we have the Mick Foley coming out, and he wants to confront Daniel Bryan, and he pretty much congratulates him. You know what? Good job in your work on SmackDown and the Cruiserweight Classic commentating with Mauro Ranallo. And I just want to apologize for Brock Lesnar coming on SmackDown, attacking Orton. And so Bryan's like, you know what, dude, you don't have to apologize, because we kind of fired the first shot when Orton invaded Raw with that RKO. And goes with friendly talk. Foley's just not having enough of it. And because he shows a thing from Talking Smack, which is like the SmackDown post-show. And he pretty much made fun of Raw for the Universal title name, which deservedly so, because that's a stupid name for a title. And he says that it's not a joke. Title's not a joke. And then Rusev makes his second appearance of the night, and US champion. He says, Raw doesn't need another champion. I am the champion of Raw. I am Rusev. Rah! And he says that the next time SmackDown Superstar shows up on Raw, I will crush him. And then Cesaro shows up, and he says, I think I'm deserving a US title shot, because last week on Raw, I beat Sheamus to have a championship match. And Foley's like, alright, you two can have a US title match right fucking now. So we end up getting that match. Pretty damn good. Cesaro and Rusev put on a damn good match. Lots of exciting stuff. We had a big swing by Cesaro, which I thought was awesome. I don't know what he does, but that motherfucker is strong, man. Cesaro is a strong ass dude. But Sheamus came in to interfere, and he cost Cesaro the match. Oh my god. And because they announced this out of the blue, I was thinking, oh shit, maybe Cesaro could actually win the US title. Nah. Sheamus had to interfere. Rusev retains. Fuck you, Sheamus. And then right after that, and I'm hoping, you know what? If Roman Reigns comes in and spears everyone, I won't be disappointed. And that's what he did. Spears Rusev, which was great, and Rusev's face, like, right before he was about to hit it, was great. He was like, oh, and then Roman Reigns hits him with the spear, and that's how he ends the show. So, yeah, pretty dull Raw, honestly, compared to the last 2 weeks. But there was some stuff on there I found pretty interesting, like the promos between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. That match is going to steal the fucking show. Oh my god. The Orton Lesnar promo package I thought was sick, and besides all that, there wasn't really anything that was like, oh my god, groundbreaking. But yeah, this was a throwaway Raw. If you missed it, don't worry about it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you thought of this episode of Raw. And if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. Twitter And Instagram's at JackManLaw31 if you want to check me out there. Also, check out the Bullshit Club members, Mr. Edge TV and the 5/8. The links will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I am out in 3, 2, 1.